Stop what you're doing, because what I'm about to tell you is straight out of a sci-fi thriller. Imagine waking up to a $100 million job offer. No, not for an athlete, not for a movie star, but for a coder. That's right. In a move that's shaking the entire tech world, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman just called out Meta for secretly trying to poach his best engineers with absolutely insane $100 million sign-on bonuses. But it's not just about the money. This is about control. It's about the AI arms race. And it's about who really gets to decide the future of artificial intelligence. OpenAI, Meta, or someone else? How did we get here? What's really happening behind closed doors? And most important, if you were offered $100 million to switch sides, would you take it? Stick around, because this story goes way deeper than money. We're about to break down how far tech giants will go to win the AI war, why this battle could affect your future, and what it reveals about loyalty, culture, and the true cost of genius in 2025. If you crave AI news before anyone else, make sure you're subscribed. We drop the hottest stories first. Hit that bell and let's dive right in. 1. The rise of the AI talent wars. When engineers became the new rock stars, in the last decade, tech revolutions used to be about the product. Who built the fastest chip? Who launched the next killer app? But as we step into the mid-2020s, the landscape has radically shifted. The true arms race is now for human minds, specifically AI engineers and researchers. Let's rewind a little. OpenAI was founded as a mission-driven lab. The goal? Create AI for humanity, not for profit. In just a few years, their breakthroughs, ChatGPT, DALL-E, GPT-4 and 5, change how the world works, learns, and communicates. Meta, formerly Facebook, realized they couldn't win the future on social media alone. They doubled down on AI, investing billions to close the gap. Meanwhile, Google's DeepMind, Microsoft, Amazon, and Apple all joined the race. But the real battle isn't just between companies. It's a war for the people who make the magic happen. Why? Because in AI, the difference between being number one and number two is literally world-changing. A single breakthrough can give a company global dominance. But those breakthroughs, they come from rare, ultra-elite teams. Sometimes just 5 to 10 people invent what billions will use. So how do you win? If you can't invent faster, you buy the people who can. This has turned AI recruitment into a modern-day gold rush. Except instead of gold, it's code. And instead of prospectors, it's billion-dollar corporations fighting for a handful of geniuses. Enter Meta's wild new tactic. Not just high salaries or stock options, but $100 million just to switch teams. That's quit your job and never worry about money again level. It's a move so bold, even Hollywood scriptwriters would call it unrealistic. But for the world's smartest AI minds, it's now a daily reality. Just imagine the phone call. Hi, this is Meta. We'll give you $100 million to walk away from OpenAI tomorrow. How many people would say no? And that brings us to the next level of the story. What's really driving Meta's desperation? And why is this more than just a paycheck? 2. Inside Meta's $100 million gambit. Why poaching talent could make or break the future. $100 million is a mind-blowing sum. But for Meta, it's not about generosity. It's about survival and dominance. Let's dig deeper. Why is Meta willing to go all in with such eye-watering offers? First, the AGI race. Meta is laser-focused on catching up or surpassing OpenAI in the quest for artificial general intelligence. The company that gets there first could set the rules for the next century. If you can snag a handful of OpenAI's key researchers, you don't just get talent, you get inside knowledge, shortcuts, and even the secret sauce to leapfrog the competition. Second, disruption as strategy. Even if Meta doesn't fully win a staffer over, making these public outrageous offers is a psychological play. It creates uncertainty, shakes up OpenAI's culture, and forces Altman's team to constantly worry about who might jump next. Third, billion-dollar returns. Let's do the math. If $100 million hire creates the next GPT-6, Meta could pull in trillions in market value. To the big players, it's a high-risk, high-reward bet. But here's the real twist. Sam Altman publicly declared, "So far, none of our best people have decided to take them up on that." That's not just a brag, it's a warning shot, a message to the world that OpenAI is more than money. But how long can mission-driven loyalty hold up against generational wealth? What happens if even one superstar defects? Imagine this. A single engineer moves to Meta, brings fresh ideas and confidential experience. Suddenly, Meta's chatbot leaps ahead. The power dynamic of AI shifts overnight. This is why talent isn't just a resource. It's the front line of an invisible, high-stakes war. One where the consequences affect not just companies, but societies, economies, and maybe even how AI treats humanity in the future. Meta knows it. OpenAI knows it. And if you're watching this channel now, you know it too. So what makes OpenAI's team so unpoachable? Let's pull back the curtain. 3. OpenAI's secret sauce: mission, loyalty, and the culture. Money can't buy. While Meta is waving cash, OpenAI is doubling down on something money can't buy: purpose. Sam Altman's on record. If you fill your company with people only motivated by money, you destroy the culture that makes real innovation possible. What does that mean? It means that the OpenAI team isn't just chasing paychecks. They're obsessed with a mission, pushing AI forward responsibly, safely, and for the benefit of all. Here's why that matters. Shared vision equals resilience. When your work is about more than money, you stick together when times get tough. You don't bail for the highest bidder. You fight for the breakthrough, the eureka moment that changes everything. Meaningful work equals loyalty. Research shows that people working for a purpose are less likely to quit, even when offered life-changing sums. Ask anyone at OpenAI and they'll tell you, "I want my work to mean something. I want to shape the future, not just get rich." Community and legacy. OpenAI has built a unique sense of family, a band of misfits changing the world. For many, being part of that journey means more than any bonus. But this isn't just idealism, it's strategic too. A culture rooted in mission is harder to break, harder to poach, and harder to buy off. Still, the pressure is real. The world is watching. And Altman himself admits, "I don't blame anyone who takes the money. It's tempting." So let's flip the script. What if someone does take the $100 million? How could that change not just OpenAI, but the entire landscape of artificial intelligence? 4. What if loyalty breaks? The ripple effects of a $100 million defection. Let's get real. No culture is unbreakable. Sometimes money talks. What would happen if just one of OpenAI's top engineers takes Meta's $100 million offer? First, knowledge transfer. The defecting engineer brings priceless, hard-earned experience, coding tricks, research insights, maybe even deep secrets of OpenAI's latest models. Meta would leap ahead, possibly shaving years off their own research roadmap. Second, morale shockwaves. Suddenly, OpenAI's immunity is shattered. Others might start to wonder, if they left, maybe I should too. This could trigger a domino effect, one that Meta or any other giant would exploit. Third, investor panic. Wall Street watches these stories closely. The exit of a star could send OpenAI's valuation tumbling, making Meta look stronger in shifting billions in investments almost overnight. Fourth, IP and ethics questions. There are non-competes, yes, but tech history shows brain drain is real. The departed engineer wouldn't even have to bring code. Just their unique thought process and instincts are enough to supercharge Meta's projects. Fifth, user impact. If Meta releases a supercharged, GPT-beating chatbot, users will notice it. Better tools, maybe cheaper or faster. Or less privacy, more ads, and a new era of AI monopolies. This isn't just about OpenAI and Meta. It's a shot across the bow for the entire AI industry. Startups will struggle to keep talent. The brain drain from academia could accelerate. Other tech giants will start throwing money at anyone who's ever worked on a successful AI project. In the end, a single $100 million defection could reshape the future for billions, changing the direction of technology, the shape of competition, and maybe even the ethical boundaries of artificial intelligence. 5. The new normal. Is the AI talent war good or bad for society? With money flying and loyalty tested, here's the question nobody's asking. Is this new reality good for any of us? On the one hand, huge salaries and wild competition can fuel incredible innovation. Engineers have more power than ever, setting their own price and pushing the limits of what's possible. But there's a darker side. The winner-takes-all world can kill diversity and creativity. If only the richest companies win the talent war, smaller players and new ideas get squeezed out. The public might end up stuck with AI tools designed for profit, not for people. And what about ethics? With so much money at stake, will companies cut corners? Will AI's future be decided by who can write the biggest check rather than who has the best intentions? Here's the silver lining. With everyone paying attention, the world has a chance to decide what kind of AI future we really want. Should AI progress be fueled by outrageous paydays or by a mission to benefit everyone? Should we reward loyalty or celebrate mobility and opportunity? Where do you stand? Let's get a real conversation going. Drop your thoughts below. The future belongs to the bold. This is bigger than any salary or secret offer. It's about the future of innovation, the value of purpose, and the cost of ambition in the 21st century. Meta's $100 million gambit is a headline today, but it could be the normal tomorrow. Will OpenAI's culture win, or will raw money always tip the scales? Want to stay ahead of the wildest, most jaw-dropping AI news in the world? Subscribe now and smash that bell. We break the news before anyone else. And before you go, would you take the $100 million or stay loyal to the mission? Tell us your answer below. The world is watching. This is AI Horizon Daily. See you in the next AI update. Stay bold, stay curious, stay ahead.